On X, I mentioned XRP to $250, and in this video, I'm going to show you how many confluences line up to that price. So first, we're going to do the Bollinger Bands and on the monthly chart only. So we're going to look at this and we're going to see that 3 times in history has XRP had a really tight Bollinger Band, and the 2 times before, it kind of broke out just then to consolidate more. And we can see back here in September of 2016, all the way until just or March of 2017, there was many months where price just consolidated, made the bands really, really tight, and then it just exploded. And how much did it explode upwards? Well, from the bottom of this candle, this green candle right here, we can go all the way up, and that was basically 62,000%, right? We can just round it down to maybe like 50,000, 60,000, whatever, right? The point is, it was a monstrous run to go higher. And the second time was how much? Well, from the bottom of this candle right here to the top, it was about 1,000%. So it was much less than this period here, and simply because it looks like it wasn't as tight as it was right here. We can see it was much tighter during this time than during this time, but now this is the tightest it has ever been. So if this is the tightest it's ever been, even tighter than here, then that kind of means that it should explode much higher than previous cycles. And not only that, it's taking much longer, right? From this top down to here, we can see that this is a very big range, right? How much time has passed from the all-time high to current price? Well, let's take a look. We'll go from the all-time high here down to the current price. That is 2,373 days so far it has been, right? And we won't really count this as a breakout because it didn't make a higher high, right? So we can just say that for 2,700 days, price has basically done nothing for XRP, and with the confluence of this Bollinger Band, is the tightest it's ever been. Not only the tightest it's ever been, it's basically the tightest in all of crypto. Let's go check out some other charts. And here's Bitcoin. See, it's not very tight. It actually tried to, it was tight here, but then it expanded a little bit, and now it's contracting a little bit. So Bitcoin is not that tight. And Ethereum expanded a little bit too, so it's not that tight. And many of these coins look similar or even worse, right? Some coins, they expanded because price was going down, and other cases, they expanded because price was going up. So that basically means in all of crypto, XRP is probably one of the tightest Bollinger Bands out there, and it's the tightest in its history as well. So that just kind of proves to me that there is going to be a move sometime in the near future. I'm not sure when, but sometime we can see that this is looking more and more like it wants to break out, right? And we can see something similar to what has happened. Like, so the middle line is the 20-week or the 20-month moving average, right? And we can see before price breaks out, it was basically always under the moving average, and then finally it got back above, and then finally broke out with that period right here. And the same situation here, price was under the moving average for a while, then it kind of tried to break out, but then it came back and tested the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and then broke out. Here it tested the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and then it broke out too. And did we test the bottom of the Bollinger Band yet? Not yet. So there is a possibility that price could come down to test it, right? Maybe one last flush out, maybe down in the 30s, right? We don't know. But if that's the case, then that's just more confluence of the previous cycles that price can still just break out. Now, let's go to the log scale again to show everything with that percentage to show you more accuracy of why $250 could be possible in the future. And here is the Gann square pulled up on log scale, and I've showed this many times before on X. I'm going to show it again just to show you how important everything is. And everything is looking super symmetrical, and this is the 45-degree angle. We can see it was important in the past, and more importantly, so is this angle right here. It was very important in the past. And we can see, like starting back here, I even highlighted it, and with that oval, we can see that it was support. Then it came back support, lost support, flipped it to resistance right here, came back to the 45, tried to maintain support, did drop down to those angles, but ultimately the 45-degree angle was support, came back up to this angle again, and successfully back tested it only to just launch up to the orange level where this has been very important throughout time. And we can see that so many tests of it, like a support, 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 resistance, 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 support, support. And now price is sitting in the arcs, like in between the top arc and the bottom arc here. And you can see it hit the top arc many times. See, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, almost 6 times right there. And so we know that's resistance, but now it looks like we know that this bottom arc is support, right? We can see support, support, and it was resistance, 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 and now it's support, 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 support. And just recently it was support again, right? So essentially we're looking at price holding the arcs as support, but the point of this video is to show where price can go. So let's go zoom out a little bit. I did my percentage right here, so you'll see that in a little bit. And we'll see maybe if price does do nothing for a while, it could drift down this arc maybe eventually and possibly even go to the low 30s and retest that 45-degree angle, possibly later in 2025 and just make everybody angry because it's done nothing for maybe 3,000 days or something. I don't know. But there's never been a successful backtest of that 45 after it broke out, right? So this 45 could get backtested in time, maybe in 2025, later on in the fall, for then a final breakout higher, right? But the point is, let's go zoom out and we can see where price could go. So I just did something to 58,000, right? 58,820%, just roughly around 60,000% from that gain, right? From this high to that low, right? This high to that low. That was the percentage. So is it possible to get there? Well, let's find out. So if we go to this angle right here, we can see it used to be a big support and resistance angle. And so that should be the price that XRP gravitates towards in the future to retest it as resistance. So we're probably going to retest this 45-degree angle first as support, and then eventually gravitate towards this angle to test it as resistance due to market symmetry. And also, another confluence is this level has been very important for a long time. So the next level sits right here, the blue level, that sits at $29, right? Let's just round it up to $30. So that is the next level. So that means XRP could get at least $30, right? So if you're not believing $250, okay. But the next level right here, due to market symmetry, does say it should gravitate higher to this $30 range simply because this orange level has now officially flipped to support, right? So that means if this angle and this percentage and time all line up, it lines up right here in January of 2028, right? So January 2028, we could possibly see maybe a $250 XRP right up there to match this angle, match this percentage, and match it in time. Now, another interesting confluence that we can see here is the Fibonacci. So, and if we pull a Fibonacci from this high back in 2013 to this low down here in 2014, we can clearly see something right here, right? We can see that the 3.618 is $206 right there. So let's just round it down to like 206, right? We can round it down to 200 even. So that's almost to the 250. So it could wick above and then come back down, right? And when we look at this Fibonacci, we can see the support of XRP is this 1.618 Fibonacci, and that's around 41 cents. And we can see how important that is. So will price eventually drift lower to that 30 cents? Maybe not. Maybe this 1.618 extension will be the support that is needed, which is holding for such a long time. And it was a resistance before as well. So this is more confluence that it should shoot up at least to the 2.272, then the 2.618 around $9, right? And then eventually the 3.618 fib as well. So let's put back on our GAN just so we can compare and contrast. So now our GAN is pulled back up and I can show you clearly where that 3.618 sits right here. It sits right around the angle around November of 2027, which I said maybe 250 by 2028, January, right? Or February. So that's essentially around the same time that it's hitting. So this is even more confluence that this 3.618 could get hit, right? And this is on log scale, remember? And is this impossible? No, because I'm going to show you right now other charts that have hit Fibonacci extension levels on log scale right now. And the first chart on log scale that I'm going to show you right now is Tesla. And we can see from the 2017 high to the 2019 low, it reached a full extension right here, a full extension of 4.236 already, right? It already reached that. And now we can see prices back above the 3.618 again, going towards this blue level, right? So this is one confluence that, yes, price can, on log scale, get to a full extension, and maybe not in a full extension, maybe the 3.618, which is exactly where I showed XRP right now. Let's go check out another chart. And next we have Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is from the same time period as that XRP fib from 2013 down to like 2014, the same cycle, right? And we can see it's on its way right now to the 3.618 at 247,000. So it's not there yet, but it's on its way. And XRP has not even made it back to all-time highs yet. So you can't say that it's not possible to get to that 3.618 from this 2013 high. So if Bitcoin is on the way, and it will most likely get there, so Bitcoin minimum price target around 250,000, right? It's just battling this green level right now. It already successfully passed the orange level, and it successfully passed, or the blue level, and it already successfully passed the orange level as well, right? So it's on its way to the 3.618. So let's go back to that XRP chart. So we're back to this XRP chart, back on the monthly chart here, and we can see that this looks like nothing, right? We take off the fib, we can see how symmetrical this chart is. This is the monthly chart. Like, it's amazing. It's incredibly bullish. It just broke out to a new trading range, and it's been in that trading range for 2,000, maybe almost 3,000 days, like including these candles back here. So it's just been in this trading range for a long, long time, so it hasn't had a chance to break out. But adding that fib back, okay, you don't think it's going to go to the 3.618. Well, since the 1.618 is holding as a support level, it's going to go gravitate to the 2.272, and that's around $3. And we know a lot of coins in crypto from this same cycle top, they've already gotten to the 2.618 already, Bitcoin included. So that means a minimum of $8 right there, really. So we can see price go up to the $3 range, maybe get rejected or something, then go up to the $8 range. And then if it gets here, then according to Gann theory, it's going to gravitate higher to this $30 range. And this $30 range is the next level. So therefore, minimum I would say XRP would hit would probably be around $30 because of how symmetrical this chart has been. But since Tesla already made a full extension, 4.236, does that mean XRP could get a $1,181 price? I mean, possibly, because other charts have done it before. But Bitcoin is on the way right now to the 3.618 from this same Fibonacci time period. So that means really that XRP should probably do the same thing, since market symmetry is matching everything so perfectly right now. It should just continue its way higher to the blue level, and ultimately at least to the 3.618 in the years to come, possibly by 2028. So therefore, if you think $250 is impossible, just look at other charts and look at this chart, because the math says it's not impossible. And what I think is really possible is a minimum target of maybe $29.